Good morning, my friends. My name is Claire, and you've stumbled upon Porch Coffee, so please stick around. Hi, friends. My name is Claire, and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos 3 times a week. Click the like, click the like. Wow, guys, happy week. How are you? Can you tell? I drank wine last night before bed. I was like reading a book, drinking some wine. It was lovely. Snuggling with some cats. Could a night get better? Look, she's back. I updated the mug club sign. I'm going to try to remember to do it every Porch Coffee Monday. So you read that right. 22 mugs. It's easier to read this time too. I made the letters. I made the numbers thicker. 22 mugs out there in the universe, including this one. Are you a person who has a mug? You can purchase one over at woodshedtheory.com. You could either get a ceramic one or a metal one. In all seriousness, thank you. So sweet of everyone who's gotten one. And a lot of people have sent me pictures of the packaging and the actual mugs and them drinking from the mugs. So it's pretty exciting. Thank you so much. The cats are having a ball playing on the porch if you hear a lot of noise. Also, it's raining out pleasantly. It was a strange week here in California. I don't know if you heard on the news, but it was covered nationally that we got some snow. And I personally didn't get to touch any snow, but there are some snow-peaked mountains around that make it seem like we live in Colorado and not California, so that's pretty cool. And the whole consensus from everyone in California is, wow, that's so cool. Because unless you live in the right areas of Northern California, Tahoe, something like that, you're not really going to see any snow. We're all pretty excited to just see it from afar. And another thing that I love is that I could just see it from afar and I don't have to shovel it, like when I lived on the East Coast. I say that I shoveled it, but it was my dad. Shout out to my dad. No way. I've done some steps in my time, but walkways? It's really been a beautiful week. Busy week. Trying to get everything taken care of, everything done. And the week that's coming up is actually newsletter week for the nonprofit that I work with. So it's going to be a busy week again. Lots going on here. People, lots going on. I'm only 3 minutes and 55 minutes in, and sometimes I just don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to sit and have coffee with you, and I wish that you could talk. Can I give you like 10 seconds to talk? Ready? Go. That's so funny. Can I give you 10 seconds to talk? Let me just choke on my coffee. I have a problem, guys. I'm currently watching my little cat Bert. She's so cute, so little, so fluffy. Play with a bird wing, or what's left of a bird wing. I've tried getting it off my porch, the wing of the bird. There's not any like gooey bits left, but they keep, because it's raining, they keep running out and getting it back, so nothing to be done about it now, but it's gross. I don't want that wing on my porch. The wing of a bird. So this weekend I was busy with that huge box of yarn from shopgoodwill.com. Also, I finished that sweater I was working on for February, just in the nick of time with only a few days left. Some of you may have seen the short I put out. I'm not a huge fan of the sweater I made. I mean, I'm a huge fan of it because I made it. It's beautiful. But I didn't necessarily enjoy the process, and I think a lot of it had to do with one skill level. It took me a long time to figure out how to do everything, and it's still not perfect, which is fine. Practice is important when you're coming to crochet, knitting, etc. And then also the thickness of the yarn that I chose was just too thick for the pattern, I think. The overall sweater is very thick and warm, which is nice, but I like something a little bit thinner. And that's the story of the sweater that I made. Wouldn't make it again unless it was in thinner yarn. On to the next sweater. I can't believe it's already going to be March. I'm tired already of March. March is just such a weird month. In my head, March is a short month, but it's not, right? It's as long as the other ones. Oh, March. If there was a month to pick to get rid of, I might pick March. Maybe I should mention, if you're new here, I am an autistic lady. I was diagnosed at 31. And I know how hard it is to have friends when you're on the autism spectrum. So every Monday, we've come into the tradition of putting out Porch Coffee, where I sit and discuss my week with you, and you tell me about your week, and we drink coffee together on the internet. And that's what the comments are for, people. So please tell me what you were up to this week. I try and answer every single one. That's always been my goal. I don't know if you guys know that. I can't answer all of the replies to comments. So you know when you comment the first time, I get a notification. I can respond. But it's not the same for like conversation lines in the comments. Like then I have to go to my browser, click on a certain button to see the replies, and then hope I see them all. So I can't get to all the replies, but I will at least try and comment on your comments the first time around and try to make sure you feel seen and heard for as long as I'm able. It keeps getting more difficult as I get more subscribers, which is a good thing, I guess, but I just like being connected to the community and, you know, clicking the like, giving you a heart, giving you a little note. I try my best. It's hard. It's a few hundred comments a week so far, so it's a lot, but we're on top of it for now. The only thing I will say about March is it does rain here in March, so maybe I want to keep March. I love the rain. I love a dank day. I love an overcast day. I love a chilly day. I'm just that kind of gal. Mysterious, different. Autistic. I'm just autistic. Sometimes I think about that when, you know, the old trope of, you know, the old trope that you hear from, like on movies from girls, like, I'm different than the other girls, and she's like edgy and, like alternative. I feel like I used to be like that because I knew I was really different, but I didn't know why. Now I'm like, I'm not the same as the other girls. I'm neurodiverse. If only I knew then what I know now, huh? I've never made a video about it, but I should. I remember thinking when I was single that if I could just keep my mouth shut, I could probably get a boyfriend. Because, like, I was good looking enough to get a boyfriend, right? That's how I felt. But I was weird. And, like, as soon as I started talking, boys would pick up on that. And this is before I ever knew I was on the autism spectrum. I would tell people this, like, if I could, I would get a boyfriend if I could just not talk. If it was just based on, like, sitting in the room with somebody and they like the way you look. I'm glad that I know who I am now and I don't have to worry about it as much, because I spent a lot of my younger years, like, trying to figure out who I was and understand my identity more and figure out why I was different, and I was trying to find other people who would understand me. And now I don't really care about all of that. I'm just am who I am. I know who I am with my diagnosis, and I can move forward. And it's so refreshing and beautiful. I'm still feeling good. I'm still having a good week. like I did last week, there's going to be so many sounds of cats thumping all over in this video. So I apologize, but I'm not going to refilm it. They're just going crazy because of this bird wing feathers. They're having the best time of their life. I should have fed them before I started filming. Oh, Bert, Ernie, and Oscar. I just hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful week. I know that I did. And I want to thank you all again for all of your support. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. So many videos planned. For example, I recently just watched on Netflix The Extraordinary Attorney Woo, which is a Korean drama about an autistic lawyer. I have a lot of thoughts. So many thoughts. Good, bad thoughts. So yeah, that'll be out soon. Collabs coming soon. So yeah, thanks for your support. Thanks for having coffee with me. Remember to tell me in the comments what you're up to. I love you all very much. You mean a lot to me. And I will talk to you next week. Mug Club. Bye, guys.